So Bobby, for a while there, I remember hearing it was like inflammation. It was the root cause of every problem out there. Do I really need to be that concerned about just general inflammation?
I mean, the shorter answer is yes, but the real answer is yes and no. And let me,
as with everything in fitness,
let me
right?
explain. Okay. So if we're going to talk about this straight, I think that, and I want to steer away from inflammation for a minute. I promise you, we will get back to it. And if you're watching this, we will talk about some supplements that you need to reduce inflammation. But just, I want to look at stuff from a global perspective. When you're training people, and you and I, Joe, have spent years training people, there's two roads you can go down, the health road and the performance road. They're very different. If you're training for performance, you're going to be inflamed. You're going to be unhealthy. You're putting your body through the ringer. Performance training is not healthy. Now, is it healthier than the pushback I'll get than sitting at a desk for 12 hours a day? Absolutely. But that doesn't mean it's still good for you. That's like saying...
Yeah, there's other benefits to like really pushing yourself, right? It's like saying a Ferrari still has mechanical issues, but it's a different set of issues than a beat up old Chevy.
Correct.
Yeah.
But performance training is not healthy. There's all kinds of stuff that can come from performance training. Then there's training for health. And if you're training for health, if you're training for longevity, if you're training to deal with chronic illnesses, if you're training to live into your hundreds, then yes, you need to be worried about inflammation. All right. And inflammation, the reason I say yes and no, because a lot of the stuff that you're going to deal with inflammation, it goes under the category of health, not just inflammation, because chronic inflammation can lead to all kinds of health issues.
Right.
So really, when someone says, do I need to worry about inflammation? Do you need to worry about being more healthy? Absolutely, 100% you do. So that would be my viewpoint. So the next question is, what is inflammation and how can I reduce it?
Right.
So that's the real question that you need to ask.
Well, I think we should point out too, like if there's inflammation, it's there for a reason.
Yes.
Like something is causing it. It's not your natural state to be just chronically inflamed. So either you've earned it because you're training too hard, or you're not doing enough and it's causing some other kind of a system. Like I said, the difference between a Ferrari and a Chevy, but the manifestation of it can be very similar.
Correct. So what are the kind of things that can cause inflammation? One, putting foreign substances into your body. You've heard of breast implant illness.
Yep.
Breast implants can cause a ton of inflammation. Botox can cause inflammation. Drinking an excessive amount of alcohol can, increase inflammation.
Oh, I had a friend who got a nose piercing and ended up having to remove it because just having that piercing in their skin was causing all kinds of inflammation.
Eating a bunch of bad food, processed food, can cause inflammation. All right.
Yeah.
Inflammation, though, is also a natural part of the body's response to really hard exercise. So when we talk about performance athletics and how performance isn't really healthy, if you're deadlifting 600 pounds, if you're running 120 miles a week, if you're trying to train for the Olympics, you probably are dealing with some low-level chronic or high-level chronic inflammation. Like that's a real thing that can lead to genuine overtraining. And I always joke that overtraining is not real, but I'm not talking 4 or 5 hours a week here, Joe.
Yeah.
People that are training 14, 15, 16, 20 hours a week, that can be a real problem. And that's
I think there gets to be a point where the difference between like first and second place has a lot to do with who was better managing their inflammation at that level.
And we're talking about like really with inflammation, we're talking about the last couple of percent here, right? Like we're talking about dealing with the stuff that
I mean, hopefully, if inflammation is like 50% of the cause, you got a big problem.
Yeah, big problems. You got
like a railroad tie in your chest. That's the different kind of a situation.
Yes. So in general, how are you going to deal with inflammation, or how are you going to be more healthy? Let's not drink. Let's not put foreign substances into our body. Let's try to stay away from processed food. Let's drink from something that's stainless steel or glass instead of a plastic bottle. Let's try to stay away from the exhaust fumes of a car. Let's try not to live next to a nuclear power plant. Like I want you to get 8 hours sleep a night If you do all those things, you're probably not going to have an issue with inflammation. But there are some supplements that can still help. And if you carry a high workout volume, if you've got a lot of stress, we can cause inflammation. Which if you've got some other stuff going on, there are some supplements you can take that can help. But I want to allude, Joe, back to the final 2%. There's no supplement that's magically just going to cure you. If you're sleeping 4 hours a night, you live next to the power plant, you sleep in a garage with exhaust fumes, you've got all kinds of implants, like just taking some supplement is not all of a sudden going to magically cure you. Like these supplements,
it's part of a whole system. Like you got to be doing this stuff, like the kind of recovery work, the restorative work. People swear by cold plunges or saunas, and all of that stuff is important too. But again, that's all one tiny little piece of the puzzle. And supplements, I feel like, are always like the tip of that pyramid of whatever it is you're doing.
We talk about this all the time. What's the piece of advice that we give all the time? Eat right, sleep right, work out every day. That's literally 98% of the process. Everything else is like you're dealing with the percentage points, right?
Yeah.
That is the big thing. For example, we talk about the ice bath and the benefits of it. If you had two people and one worked out and ate right and slept right for 3 months, and the other person did nothing but have an ice bath in the morning, who do you think at the end of the 3 months is going to be fitter, is going to be healthier, is going to be like, it's always the person that worked out, ate, and slept. But all that said, you're doing things right. You're not recovering from your workouts properly because inflammation can cause that. You're sore for longer than normal. You're having a hard time sleeping. You're having a hard time concentrating, all issues with inflammation. And you're looking for a few good supplements. Here are the top 3.
All right.
You ready, Joe?
I am ready.
Number 1, you know what this is? Omega-3 fatty acids, essential fatty acids. It's found in fish oil, and those fatty acids can really, really help reduce inflammation. But I'm going to put this to you. For this to work, you're going to need 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of EPA and DHA a day. You're not taking one fish oil pill from Costco. You're not taking 2 from Walmart. You need to get yourself a high-grade fish oil with a lot of EPA and a lot of DHA, and you've got to take that 1,000 to 2,000. One of the things I see all the time is people will buy 1,000 fish oil pills for $9.99 trying to save money, but there's like 0 EPA and DHA in it.
Yeah.
Expensive fish oil has a lot of EPA and DHA. That's what you're going to have to take to reduce inflammation. That's just a fact. So you've got to buy.
Yeah. You don't want to go cheap on that stuff. Otherwise, you end up having to choke down like 15 pills a day, which is
exactly it. You should be getting something. In fact, some of the best fish oils, the liquid concentrated stuff.
I was going to say that too. Yeah.
One of the best ways to take it. So that's a really, really important one. So that's number 1. Get your fish oil. Number 2, magnesium. Magnesium is a huge one to reduce inflammation. Higher magnesium intake has been correlated with low levels of inflammatory markers. The best.
Yeah, and I've had just my experience as a coach. I've had people who've gone on magnesium, especially like late night, use like Natural Calm or something like that as a bedtime supplement, who swear that it's absolutely life-changing. Better sleep, better recovery, better mental clarity in the morning. Like, it's huge.
And however it's reducing your inflammation, like whether it's a complex scientific process in your body or it's one of those correlation things where you take more magnesium, your neurological system is more regulated, because that's something that I almost had a hard time spitting that out, but your neurological system is more regulated. So you have less inflammation, or it's just helping you sleep better. Therefore, you have less inflammation. It's still going to work. So a good form of magnesium is going to work. Make sure the magnesium that you get ends in ATE. So magnesium citrate would be a good choice. You don't want magnesium oxide. Anything with an ATE is going to be far more absorbed by the body.
Yeah. And pro tip, start with small doses.
Yes.
Don't just jump right into the recommended dose. You'll have a bad time.
It's going to be a long day in the restroom if you take way too much magnesium.
Yeah.
And the third one, Joe, and it's funny because these supplements, like back to the start of the podcast, when we're talking about inflammation, we're talking about health. We're not just talking about just this random thing that people are trying to deal with. I feel like what you said earlier, inflammation, take this weird supplement, take this weird supplement, take this weird supplement. Like, no, we're just trying to make you more healthy. The third one, and it's arguably the ultimate health supplement, vitamin D. Vitamin D deficiency has been related to all kinds of health issues, not just high inflammation, but low testosterone, which is a major issue as well. You need some vitamin D. Now, the number one way to get it, Joe, is our good friend, the sun. Humans need the sun. You got to get outside. Problem. We work indoors. We wear clothing. One of the best ways you can build up vitamin D in your body is by sunning naked, but you're not walking around the streets naked. You're usually not laying in your backyard naked. Like, you're not getting enough sun. And it sounds funny. There's a lot of science behind this, that sunning naked will help shoot your vitamin D through the roof. But you're covered head to toe, Joe. You're wearing a long sleeve shirt. You're wearing a tie. You're wearing pants. You're wearing shoes. Like, just your head. Like, how much surface area is in your body to soak up that vitamin D? Most of us are not living a life where we're in a bikini or we're in little swim trunks and we're at the beach.
Some of us live in Minnesota and are covered head to toe for multiple months out of the year. And the sun is at such a low angle, you can't produce any vitamin D from it anyway.
It's one of the reasons, Joe, that Washington State, Michigan, they're two of the most depressed states because of cloud cover, because of all, like, you're just not getting enough sun. So whether it's working inside, whether it's being covered with clothing all day, whether it's living in a place that's literally gray 325 days of the year, you need to get more sun. And it's funny, we talked about this a lot before. Like, if you just want to make yourself feel good, get out in the sun. And not even for a day, 10 minutes. Like, 10 minutes in the sun can almost recharge you. If you're a person that's watching this and you work 8 hours a day in an office building, go for a 20-minute walk in the sunshine at lunch. You will feel way better for the rest of the afternoon.
Now, remember, people want the corner office. Why? Light. It's light. People want to go on vacation. They don't go to the Arctic. They take vacations down to sunny beaches. There's a reason for that.
True. But let's say it's really hard to get in the sun. I get it. You work all day. You can't just leave the office. Okay, now you need a vitamin D supplement. You want to get a really good form of vitamin D. One of the best forms you can do is the liposomal or the liposomal vitamin D. It's really highly absorbed. So you want to get a good brand. And then there's two ways to manage taking this. You can take between 2,000 and 5,000 IUs a day. You're probably safe on that. If you spend a ton of time in the sun, I would probably want to get my blood levels tested first before I just started, arbitrarily supplementing with all kinds of vitamin D. But you could take 2,000 to 5,000 IUs daily. The second way is 10,000 a day every second day. Both seem to work the same in the literature. I don't like the every second day thing, Joe, because I can barely remember if I took my multivitamins today, right? Like, it's way too much to keep track of. Like, did I take this yesterday? Did I not take it? I'd rather just have my little supplement pill bottle thing. People will get that thing and they'll do it at the start of the week where you get your pills for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then you just take it every day as part of your routine. So we talked about magnesium, Joe. I wouldn't take too much. What do you think is a good dose for magnesium? 200 milligrams a day? 300 milligrams a day?
You could work up to it because you do build a little bit of a tolerance, but you got to start small and you got to just slowly titrate up. And again, you'll know when you overdo it because it's the same stuff that they give you when they're cleaning you out for a colonoscopy. Okay. So there you go.
Maybe let's start with 100 and then we'll start to titrate up and away we go. For the fish oil, we're looking for 1,000 to 2,000 of EPA and DHA a day. And then for the vitamin D, somewhere between 2,000 and 5,000 a day. You can do that. Those are things that will really, really help your inflammation. They'll really, really help your overall health. And that's really what you're looking to do here. Like, stop falling for the gimmicks, the hacks, the shortcuts, the 1 week it's inflammation. The next it's some weird blood marker that you've never heard of. The next, you need some brain scan. The next, it's like
you
the
remember
5D.
when it was like your exercise type was based on your blood type?
Yep.
Get out
Or
of
it's
here.
like it's like the whole thing where people are so worried about the cell phone these days, right? Like, oh, the cell phone gives away all kinds of magnetic radio
5G.
signatures, whatever. But meantime, they're like sitting next to a laptop computer, or they're using headphones that run off the same Bluetooth. Like, at a certain point, you got to stop worrying about all these hacks and these gimmicks and stuff like that, and just worry about the base level things that'll make you healthy. And yes, we gave you some supplements that will help with your inflammation, but they cannot be a replacement for sleep,
Right.
diet. That includes ditching booze and all that stuff, and working out. Like, those things come first. And then after, at the same time, take these supplements, but you can't, these are not going to be a cure. Holes or gaps in those big ticket items.
Well, you take all the vitamin D you want, but if you're smoking 6 packs a day, the vitamin D isn't going to be what saves you.
It ain't going to work.
Yeah.
So there you go. No hacks, no gimmicks, no 3 easy payments of $9.99. Just real advice from 2 real guys. The Maximus Podcast. Subscribe, turn your notifications on, and please comment and engage with us. We would love to hear from you.